Hey guys, I'll just wait for some more people to join. So, yeah. Kind of tired today. So, but yeah, I wanted to do this live, so we'll see. I got one person on there. Yeah, just waiting for more people. So, yeah, I didn't get no sleep, so I'm freaking tired. Hey, Driftwood River. Hey, new local Austin. Let's see. Hey, Skippers Aquariums. If you're using Facebook, you have to tell me who you are because all it says is just Facebook user. So, yeah, I'm pretty shot for the day. I didn't even know if I wanted to come to the store or even do it live today. It's just something personal. So, hey, Jess. So, I don't like airing out a lot of personal problems on social media because I never liked it when people did it, so I don't want to kind of do it now. But yeah, so I got to the store today. Let's see what's going on. Ran an in-store special for this week. Friday, I should be getting a bunch of wood, spider wood, ghost wood. I think some more Siru stone. I think there's like a couple other pieces of wood that I end up getting and stuff. That's supposed to be delivered Friday afternoon at some point. So, hey, how you doing? So, if anybody's from Facebook here, if you guys say anything, you got to tell me who you are because I just don't know who you are. All right, so the question was asked, is Dragonstone okay for shrimps? Does it raise pH, GHKH, and TDS? So Dragonstone, also called Okostone, is inert. It is a clay-based rock. So it is inert. It's safe to go with Caradinas. It's safe to go with Neocaradinas. Siru stone will raise your KH. The white lines in there is calcium carbonate. Hey, Isaiah, how you doing? Thanks. Yeah, thanks for saying who it is. So yeah, I know I got a few people here, and I know Jess is going to be popping in, doing a live after this, I do believe. She's going to be doing the members only post, I think it's what it's called. So, yes. So right now I'm just like sitting here debating whether or not how long I want to be here today. So, yeah. I don't drink though, so I'll drink coffee and stuff, but I don't drink booze. I've never had a drinking problem. So I know everybody goes over and says, "Oh, Joe doesn't drink. He must have had a drinking problem." No, I never had a drinking problem. I dated someone that did have a drinking problem, and then I decided not to drink to help them out, and I just haven't drank since. So Jess says she's doing hers at the main sales for and Finch. She's going to do a members only at 11 o'clock. So if you want to hop over there at 11, I'm going to probably get some coffee when I leave here. Just my mind is racing. So it's just one of those things where, shit happens, excuse my French, but, I give, I'll tell everybody this, that, owning a fish store is nice. It's a passion that I like doing. I love helping people. But it's tough. It's tough out there because it's your blood, sweat, and tears. And nobody's ever going to realize that it's your blood, sweat, and tears. So, I work 6 to 7 days a week. And that has interfered with a lot of personal relationships I've had, whether it be my girlfriend, whether it be my family, or anything else like that. It's affected the fact just because I have to be here. If the store is closed, you get people sending messages. Why aren't you open? It says that you're supposed to be open today. Or you get the fact of, well, I don't need to go there because they weren't there the one day I was there. So it's like you have to be there. All right. So Poetic said, hope everything you're going through resolves itself soon. I'll finally be getting Caradinas for the first time next week. My tank has been ready for 3 weeks now. I'm excited. I am super excited for you too. Caradinas are awesome. What type of Caradinas are you going to get? Hippie Speedball is the way. That's funny. I didn't say why I didn't get no say. I just said it's a personal issue. I'm not the type that goes over and likes airing on public forums my personal problems. I'll share what happens with my life, the goods and the neutrals and stuff, but I'm not one to go on a social media platform and blast someone. It's just, I wouldn't want someone to do that to me, so I'm not going to do it to other people. But yeah, because of that, I didn't get no sleep at all. Kind of sucks. Let me just keep on reading the messages. Son's doing a great job, which is cool. Yeah, all these emails coming in right now. Oh, Tangerine Tigers. What else do you keep with the Tangerine Tigers? Are you going to introduce like some Taiwan bees and try and get some stripes and spotting going on, or you just want to do Tangerine Tigers? Because I know Tangerine Tigers can go into either Caradina water or Neo Caradina water. So yeah, I can answer whatever guys' questions and stuff that you guys have. It's just maybe it'll distract me from my mind racing. I know I've been trying to lose weight, so I got this Molten Dew Zero Sugar. I don't know how much better this is. It's 0 carbs, 0 sugar, but it's got the whole calcium or the whole cancer good stuff in there. So, but I will get some coffee from here. Yeah. So otherwise, I was at my buddy's place yesterday that does drones. We were packing up a bunch of his drones. Well, I didn't really pack up any of his drones. So I'm the type that I go over there and I don't want to mess up anything, so I don't want to get yelled at. So I just kind of stood there and played games on my phone, and this was moral support for him and his associates. Understood. I got some PRLs and blue bolts, each in their own tank with correct water parameters. They won't breed. Does it take a while? So depends on when you got them. So usually shrimp will take a little bit of time to get used to their tank, and then you have to go by the size and everything else. I know up here in Minnesota, when it gets cold, they don't tend to breed because the barometer drops. When the barometer drops, the pressure in the tank drops, which they don't breed. Then you also look at is your male-female ratio there too, and how often you're doing water changes. I found it's like my shrimp do more breeding when I have a TDS of 125 to 127. I just found that it kind of works pretty good, which is a GH of between 4 and 5 and no KH in the water, and it works quite well for me. And then I do my water change once every 2 weeks. I watch the males start swimming around, and then I start feeding higher protein food for the females because they'll be carrying eggs. But yeah, there could be a few different things. I would say just be patient, but you should know if you have enough males, females in there in that tank or not. So I like my beard how it's kind of filling in, but it's getting super gray. I think I got a call with Jerry and I can't remember his name. Eric, I think it is. I think it's Eric. Greg, maybe. Jerry and Greg from Aquafest. They're going to be a call at noon to see what's going on for the January show for down at Aquafest down in New Orleans, which is supposed to be a week before Mardi Gras. Sunny has no heater. That's I meant they should be breeding. I mean, it's check your water parameters, Timothy, and just let me know. Morning, lady at Dan. How you doing? And then from there we got Aquashella Orlando. So I already got my room booked for Aquashella. Thought TDS was 200 to 300 for Neos. Oh, so it's okay. So you got Neos. But the thing is so let me just clarify this right here. So Emily O. Let me just scroll back up. I'm gonna find your original comment. I thought you said Caradinas. Let me just go back down. I thought you said. Let me just clarify what you said. Okay. I I'm scrolling off this one here. Poetic song. 4 months. All right, so I got two people just talking on here. So Emily O thought TDS for Neos was between 220 and 300. Yes, it is. That's correct. But someone was talking about caradinas, so there's different water parameters. Timbo, morning Joe. Quick question: do Scuds kill shrimp? So Scuds will compete for food in the tank. So if there's not enough food, could the Scuds take down a baby and everything else? Yes, in theory they could. I've never physically seen one take down a baby shrimp before, but I have had tanks that had tons of baby shrimp in there, and there were Scuds in there, and all of a sudden there's no babies in there. So I put 2 and 2 together. So what I tend to do is like and the only way you can really get rid of Scuds. I mean, I've had it. Don't get me wrong. I got plants from someone, and they had Scud eggs on there. Man, I had to I threw away the filter. I sucked out all the substrates. I put guppies in there, and I had it running for 3 months. Bare bottom, and thought all the Scuds were gone. Went over, put a brand new filter in there, brand new soil. 2 months later, Scuds. The only real way to get rid of Scuds is like a total wipe down. Like you need to wipe that tank down. You need to take it all apart, wipe everything down, let everything dry out. So if there's eggs in there, they can dry out too. Because the eggs can be on the glass, can be on the silicone and stuff. And if you have fish love it and stuff. But if you got a shrimp only tank, they're just going to keep on constantly breed over and over and over and over, and it's going to get out of control. He has blue bolts. Yes, Emily. Yeah, he had blue bolts. It's a different water parameter on that. Okay, so what happened to Flip's live stream? All right, so Flip and Amanda had their baby, little baby girl, a few Wednesdays ago. So I think he's spending more time with the family, and he's got a new kid. That's why I told him before. I said, once you have a kid, everything changes. And that's why I said, are you going to go to all these shows and stuff? And say, yeah, I will. But once you have a kid, everything changes. I mean, your priorities change in life. I mean, you're not all gung-ho about work and everything else. I mean, look at me. I have, 2 daughters, and, I was gung-ho about my kids. And now, my youngest is in college, and, I can concentrate now on my shop and everything, and making this bigger for her. But that's what happened to Rob's is he had a kid. He's spending time with his kid. I'm sure he'll, when he gets back, he'll be telling everybody all about it and stuff. He messaged me that he had a baby girl Wednesday at, I think it was 10:28, a few Wednesdays ago. And I made the announcement on Papa Shrimp's page. So that's what happened to his. So he'll be back. Give me a few ideas. I'll probably start with the tangerines, but I also like the crystal reds and crystal blacks. Got to be careful. I'll end up needing another tank. All right, so if you got the right TDS poetic of 115 to 130, you can put any caradinas in there, and they're gonna be survive. So it's whether or not. I always tell people, don't settle. That's the biggest thing, is don't settle. If you want a different shrimp in there and you have the right parameters, just don't go gung-ho and buy 20 of them. Just buy a few of them and see how they do for a few weeks, and then add more to it. But if you don't want tangerine tigers, don't add them in there. If you don't want the tiger genetics, you don't want a Thai B and you don't want a Thai B, don't add that in there. If you like crystal reds and crystal blacks, I would not mix the red genetics with the black genetics, because you're going to get mishlings. So what happens is when you have a crystal red or a crystal black, crystal red is more prominent than you can see it. Crystal red is red and white. If you mix a Taiwan B or another genetic with it, what happens is they produce mishlings. So they'll lose the red, it'll be more brown. That's because of the Caridina catanese on there. That's the genetics that they end up doing. So that's why a lot of people end up doing like Taiwan B tanks. So you get the blue bolts, red bolts, yellow King Kongs, black King Kongs, shadow pandas, wine reds, extreme blue bolts, extreme black, all the extremes. And they put those all in one tank, and they kind of mix it up, and it's called a mixed Taiwan B tank. But now once you go over and enter a tiger genetic in there, you can get some Thai Bs on there and some Thai Bs. So that's where you got to start watching out for what you want for the long run. So I always tell people, I know you want shrimp, but instead of rushing it, let's do it the right way. Let's get you what you really want, and don't settle for anything else. I heard Scuds will eat algae off plants, etc., so beneficial that way. Yeah, but if you got shrimps and everything else like that, they're going to compete for food, and they're going to possibly attack, baby shrimp and stuff. I mean, they just don't go away. The tank I wiped is still there. I'm going to have to 100% wipe it out. If it's in a fish tank, I wouldn't worry about it. The fish are going to eradicate them once they pop out and stuff. I literally I got a video here. I bought pea puffers, and Larry, Moe, and Curly, I called them, and I put them in the 5-gallon tank, and they went to town for about 2 months, and I thought they're all gone. Took the freaking puffers out of there. I stirred up the substrate every single day, took the puffers out of there. They're still in there. So, yeah, I hate Scuds. Good morning, Yellowstone. Scuds. Nice topic we got on. Yep, downhill from here, you got 3 of them there. Hi, Science Gal. Hey, Carrie. How you doing? Yeah, I'm here. Carrie knows what's going on. Kind of messaged her about what's going on. I've only seen a couple Scuds in there, but my blue dreams have been dying one at a time, like 1 shrimp a week. I'm down to 2 blue dreams out of 15 adults. So, all right, Tim. What I would do is I would take those. You only got 2 left. Take them out, wipe the tank if you want. Start fresh. You can literally grab a bowl and put some tank water in there and put your shrimp in there, and they'll survive in there. I have some that are here this every week. Just get some more fresh tank water. And if you don't have tank water, I'm sure one of your friends has a tank. I'm sorry, if you don't have more than 1 tank, I'm sure one of your friends has a tank. They can give you some tank water. You're just worried about interbreeding. Well, that's the problem you end up having. But the thing is but you're settling for tangerine tigers. So if you have tangerine tigers, you only have tangerine tigers in that tank if you're worried about interbreeding. What I like to do, I think a mixed Taiwan bee tank looks beautiful because they're only going to produce Taiwan bees. So the thing that got me into mixed Taiwan bee tanks is I saw a picture of a female shrimp that was pregnant, and it probably had to be generations and generations and generations as those mixed tank. And all the eggs underneath it were different colors. So like the yellow King Kong would be a yellow egg, the blue boat would be a blue egg. But that was from years of the genetics mixing back and forth. You're not going to get a wild pseudotype out of your mixed Taiwan bee tank. If you mix a blue dream with a black King Kong, you're going to get a shadow panda. Which is the blue and black on there. So it's one of those things. But I do kind of tell people, I like keeping the dark colors the darks and keep the light colors the lights. Some people just keep all the Taiwan bees together, and then some people even put pintos in there. I wouldn't. I like to hold just the king like a Taiwan bee tank, and that's it. But no, if you like just 1 shrimp, just go PRLs. I love PRLs. They stick out. They sell really good too. Just get a bunch of PRLs. Hey, Brian, Timbo, Lady Diane, that's from Yellowstone. Dee Dee's yellow. Hey, Carrie. Do shrimp like to eat baby frozen brine? I don't feed frozen live food to my shrimp. The fact of, or any live food to my shrimp due to the fact of what happens if they don't eat it. It's just going to rot and produce more ammonia quicker than what a pellet. Like if I drop a pellet in there, they don't eat the pellet, I can just pop that pellet out and just throw it away. If you put like brine shrimp in there and they don't eat it, it's going to start rotting and stuff. My monos, though, I could put live blackworms in there and they eat the live blackworms. Good monos, they devour everything in my tanks. Isn't it be worth having the Scuds to eat the algae? They never go away. Well, if it's a fish tank, yeah, but if it's a shrimp tank, the shrimp are supposed to eat the algae too. Lessen the light is the biggest thing I tell for if you want algae out of your tanks, people get algae from certain reasons. Too much light, overfeeding, too much nutrients, not good enough water change. So algae is like God's way of making your tank neutral, back to what it's supposed to, because it's going to start absorbing old nutrients and stuff. I feed my fish every other day and what they can eat in a 2-minute period. I keep my lights on for 4 to 5 hours. That's why my store's only open 5 hours a day, is because that's all I want my lights on, so I don't have tons of algae. When I do water change, I make sure I clean the substrate really well. If you don't clean the substrate, you're going to end up getting algae in the long run because you're going to have old food and poop going in the substrate and rotting and producing ammonia. Good morning, everyone. Timbo, I had 1 Scud months ago and got it out. Glad you got 1 and you got it out, because usually you only see 1 and there's millions there. Good to know now. Scuds eat babies. Well, they can compete for food, and they could hunt them down. I've never physically seen them tackle one down, and I know there's a lot of people out there that they eat them. Did you physically see it, or are you going by what someone else said? I never physically saw it, so I can't say 100% they will. All I know is that they compete for food because you drop a pellet in there, they're instantly there for the food, and Scud is about an 1/8 inch long, and if you had a baby and there's not enough food in there, will they take him down because the baby's kind of just hanging on the glass? Yeah, they could, but I've never physically seen it. Hey, Multi-Tank Addiction, how you doing? Timbo, that happened to my first attempt at shrimp too, but I was buying them here and there. Plus, I didn't understand my parameters either. That's kind of what happens. You just got to know the parameters and stuff. I mean, I don't mind. I can answer everybody's questions. I like answering people's questions. I want you to be successful. Trying to go through here. Hey, Timbo, interesting. Eggs are different colors. Cool. Yeah, they can be. So you would have to get the genetics rolling through them. And if you only have a blue bolt and a black King Kong, then of course it's you're only going to get the one egg color. It's through genetics as time goes by. You get the percentage of the genes. So let's say if you took a yellow King Kong and a blue bolt, the mom's going to have either a blue bolt or a yellow King Kong. It's going to be a 50-50 chance. Now, if you took a red King Kong and introduced that one back there, now the odds start going down. So that's what you end up doing. It's all about odds and numbers. That's why even if you've been line breeding, every once in a while you could get a call out of it, because even though you line bred, the number and percentage of coming out calls or wild shrink down so much. But I mean, even if it gets down to like 0.5%, you could still have one pop out. I mean, I've had it happen before. They can take out a baby, but it's probably, I think it's supposed to be rare. Mostly they jolly them by eating all the foods. Yeah, it's pretty much competing for food. Yeah. Just as like me, I forget. I text too fast. Multi-tank. Hi, Chris. I saw a picture this morning of a planaria eating. That was a Chris Luca picture. So Chris Luca, he posted a picture. He posted a few pictures before where this planaria was on a blue shrimp, and it was a blue planaria, and one was on a red and one was on a yellow, and they were matching colors and stuff. And he said that on this picture he posted that he went over and saw it actually coming out of the shrimp. I never personally saw that either, but in theory, they're it's a parasite. It's a worm. It's going to eat whatever they can. Shrimp aren't super fast and everything else to a point where it's just like they could do it. It just happens. Can an adult planaria get on a shrimp and lay eggs? I mean, in theory, yes, it can. Can the eggs hatch and little worms get underneath it? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it happens. So yeah, I saw that picture too. It was Chris Luca that posted that one. Do you suggest fluval stratum? I have it, love it, holds ideal parameters, but don't like it otherwise. Would like to switch to black sand, but worried about trying to chase Caridina parameters. All right, so fluval stratum is a good product that they have at Petco's and stuff, and I even have it here for some people that request it. It's on the lower end of the active soil, the buffering substrate. It's roughly, I don't know, I think the 8-liter bag, let me just check quick. 8-liter bag is about $40, but this is what they're talking about. Fluval stratum, I got it right here. So what it does is it lowers your pH in there, which is good for Caridinas right here. It stimulates plant growth because it is nutrient rich on here. The problem I don't like about it is because it's a lower grade product, it gets mushier quicker. So what I mean by mushier is when you put the soil in there and you put water in there, the little balls, it's roughly, I do believe, 3 millimeter size, starts breaking down. It becomes like mush, like mud. And then when you suck, it looks kind of messy and everything else. That's why I don't like that. There's other brands out there. There's SL Aqua, there's Shrimp King out there, there's Brightwell out there. There's ADA out there. I don't like ADA because it produces ammonia for 6 months and you can't put shrimp there. Is it great for planet tanks? Yes. Not ideal for shrimp tanks though. So I mean, it's a great product out there for what you're trying to do. You want to go black sand. If you go black sand, that's inert. So if you go black sand, that's going to be more for neocaradinas and not the caradinas, because caradinas need that buffering substrate to lower that pH for them. So if you're using an active soil, you can't use tap water because tap water has KH, which keeps your water stable. So you need to have 0 to 1 KH in the tank, which is RO water has 0, to allow the buffering to happen. So what happens is if you have an active substrate and you have tap water is saying, hey, I want to keep it at 7.0, and the buffering substrate says, no, I want to bring it down to 6s. So what happens is they fight back and forth. What happens is what ends up happening is the tap water wins, and it just kills off the whole buffering substrate. It'll stop buffering. I've seen people do it in one water change, just kills off all their stuff. So it depends on what you're going for on the shrimp. If you're trying to do caradinas, I would 100% keep to the buffering substrate. If you're going to do neocaradinas, do sand. So that's just kind of how it's always been. Hi to everyone coming in. Hey, J Rock. Natalis is ocean bottom this morning. Okay. Yep. Text too fast and doesn't like the word. Yeah, I do the same thing. Hey, Rico Stan, how you doing? People, no chatty, but I'm here. Good morning. So Eco-Complete, that's another one still. Eco-Complete, so you can cap it. So Eco-Complete is crushed lava. It says that there's beneficial bacteria in there. It's some water that's in there. It's the advertising, you put plants in there, it's going to grow. There's not that much nutrients in there to get plants going in the long run. Do people use it for capping? Yeah, they do. The thing is like if you put sand on top and you put it in here, it's harder for the roots to actually. If you have a small tank, let's say a 5-gallon tank, and you put sand in there, there's not that much water in the tank to push down and compact the sand. You start going to a big tank, like 180, freaking even a 40-gallon tank, that's a lot of water. It's pushing down on it to compact the sand, and then the roots have trouble trying to get through it. Same as Eco-Complete, same as fluval stratum, same as it's the same concept. If you're trying to get a carpeting plant, this is what I tell people: go get yourself a chopstick. Oh, I have one sitting right here. I have one on my desk though. If you want to, let's say you plant a plant right here and it's just not growing because it's too compact. Take a chopstick, go straight down in the soil, and just go around in a circle. That will actually aerate the soil a little bit and allow the roots to actually power through. So, I mean, I like Eco-Complete for an inert one. At one point, I hated Eco-Complete because there's something in the water that killed all my shrimp. I mean, it doesn't matter how many times I reset the tank and everything else. I had a bad batch of You can get bad batches of products. I'm telling you that out there. And there's something in there, and I've had other people go over and say it too. Another one I want to kind of like veer people away. Petco and Fluval came out with this these tanks. They was roughly the size of a pea. It was called shrimp soil. That stuff sucks. I'm telling you, everybody right now, I've had friends set up tanks, and about 4 months into it, all of a sudden they started having random deaths and stuff. It says it's clay-based. I don't believe if you're having random deaths and stuff like this. I mean, I saw multiple different tanks from different people that use this, and they had tank failures on them. So this is what I tell people. If you're going to spend the money on this livestock, get the product that you need. Get the right product that you need. Don't try and save a couple bucks on soil. I mean, you're going to spend all the money on shrimp. You might as well get the right stuff for it, make it last. I'm just trying to read this. The yellows blows your mind. J Rock, I seen that picture of Chris too. Yep. Watch film my teacher. I'm just kind of catching up. Love your ornaments hanging from your ceiling. Yes, I will have more. Friday, I'm supposed to be having my guy come up from Kansas. It is Pet World. He's bringing me a trailer full of wood. I'm going to be hanging up the whole ceiling right here. It just makes it easier for me. I had it in boxes before, and I watched people grab wood and break branches off. They don't care. They throw it back in, and I'm like, hey, thanks for breaking all the wood in there. Appreciate it. And I will keep it, low price and everything else. That was the whole reason why I got such a big amount, is because he gave me such a good deal on it, so I can keep it low price. Otherwise, you're looking at wood is going to be roughly about $30 a pound at other stores, just with shipping going out there. So mine isn't even that price. Like the piece, this piece, let's see, the piece that's like right here at my head, that is only, let's say, $9. That's $9. The one that's right at my head. So yeah. Brightwell makes a black active substrate. Yes, they do, and they also make a brown. I also have it here. I carry the brown here for Brightwell, and for the black, I carry SL Aqua, and I carry Shrimp King. I was carrying Protobio because Protobio is like 1 millimeter size. I just ran out, so I have to get some more of that for someone. Getting lots of good info. Going to have to play and take some notes. Yes, I'm gonna. Or you can always message me too. Hey, Scott's Aquatics. Yeah, I got rid of the pee stuff that came out of my tank. Yeah, that stuff sucks. I went over and I had some kids that wanted to start tanks, and I made them a deal that if they did their chores for 2 weeks and they listened to their parents, I'd give them shrimp tanks. I went to Petco and they had these right before Christmas. They had these tanks. I got them these tanks, and it just kept on crashing. So I said, let's just start over, and they were successful after that. Notice most of your tanks are black sand, even your Caridina tanks. How do you keep your Caridina parameters? Almond leaves, RO water, minerals. So I have black substrate in there. It's not black sand for my Caridinas. So most of my Caridinas I either have, so the bottom 10s, all the stuff I had from at home. So a lot of mine, I had the SL Aqua, I had the Contra Soil, the Shrimp King. You know, I tried everything. The smaller tanks, I did a lot of Protobio, just because Protobio worked really well for me. So that's what I end up using. Hold on, I got someone message me. All right, sorry about that, guys. I hate those when they say scam likely. They interrupt the whole entire thing. It just sucks. I'm sorry about that. So let me go back up there. There it is. So I use sand for my Neocaridinas, black sand. Some I use white sand, like the Bloody Marys. I have white. Don't use white on Blue Dreams or greens or yellows. I'm sorry. I take that back. On green jades and yellows, because what will happen is they'll start losing their color. They go translucent, trying to hide. But all the Caridinas, I do have 100% buffering substrate in there. Joe, what do you think about the box filter that are filled with the buffering substrate? It makes sense that it is easier to change out. Okay. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I got one right here. I got him. It's a little bit different. So I got a little cheaper one. All right. So what he's talking about is this concept right here. I'll show you guys. So they have different versions. So the version he's talking about is giant box, and you put the buffering soil in there. It's kind of like, it kind of does the whole like undergravel filter where you put the air in there and it kind of pulls it in there, and it's supposed to buffer down. So in theory, this does the same concept right here. So a lot of the Taiwanese breeders, what they do is like in a 10-gallon tank, they only use 1 liter of soil, and they lightly sprinkle it on there. Some people have put it in Tupperwares, put holes in there. It's a great concept of what you're doing. So what you have to end up doing if you do this, so like buffering substrate will wear out over time. A lot of people say, you got to change out in like a year or two. I've had some go for like 3 years, but I need to do all this. Hence why I bought all of these. So what you're going to have to do is you put the active soil in here, because I don't want to redo the whole entire tank. You'd put the active soil in here. You'd have to put it in a bucket and let this cycle. So some soil automatically has ammonia in there to allow it to cycle and stuff, and that's what you'd have to change. But yeah, I have this right here. I don't think they're bad. I think for the initial setup, you should do a soil bottom. And then if you have to change stuff, like I'm going to try this and see how this works. We'll find out, I guess. Let's see here. Am I always late for these? I should know, but so I always do mine Wednesday at 10 o'clock. My live's always Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central Time. So I know a lot of people get confused in Eastern Time, but it's Central Time. Let's see. I am all caught up. I can't believe that. So I want to thank you guys for answering the questions. It does take my mind off a lot of personal things that are going on. It only can get better. That's the thing, is like I've heard a lot of people go over and say, Joe, you need to do this now, and you need to do this. Because I've talked to a few people since this happened, because I haven't got no sleep. I'm just a sucker. I have a tendency to attract the, I won't say really normal, because who knows what normal is and stuff. I'm a people pleaser. So everybody knows this. I'm a people pleaser. I try and fix things. I try and make people successful. I try and make people happy all the time. And I think that's why I attract women that are like maybe not made for me because there's something wrong with them and I'm trying to fix them, and in the long run it doesn't work out and it causes a lot of stress and a lot of freaking hurt. So yeah, let's see. I started a water garden. I'm on like day 7 maybe, and I have a 3 in sprouts coming out to the top of my wheatgrass and probably 3 just. Oh, that's cool. I did one of those before. I had I can't remember what company made. I think I bought it from PetSmart, and they had aquaponics up top. And I did that, but I never put no vegetables and stuff. I put pothos up there, and then I got a cat, and I had to get rid of it because pothos are poisonous to cats. I'm feeling so indecisive now. Just did a bunch of Caridina research, and they all look good. I'm telling you that. I mean, just take your time. I mean, you waited so long for your tank to cycle. Take your time and choose what you want. If you want to ask questions and everything else, ask me the questions. Shoot me a message. I can like let you know what I think and see what you're going for. I mean, if you have a black substrate, it wouldn't make sense to do like black King Kongs. Or I'm sorry, extreme black King Kongs. You'll never see them. Like I have black substrate for my orange eye royal blues. They've won awards. You can't see them. The only thing you see is the little orange eyeballs. So this is what you see in the orange eye royal blue tank is this. Little holes like this and then moving around. So some guy says, hey, you ain't got none. I'm like, dude, there's like hundreds of them in there. So guess by next week I'll have 2 new tanks. I got some tanks here. Yeah, if you have questions, let me know. I can answer your questions for you, Poetic. Attracted, yeah, you're attracted to broken birds. No fixing usually. It's kind of, I don't know. I always tell myself, okay, like, so this relationship, well, whatever you want to call it. Prior to that, I've been single for like 5 years. And that's when I built my name up. I was totally fine by it and went over and started seeing someone, and it's stressful. It is. And it's to a point where it's just like, you know, am I doing the right thing? That's the thing. You know, it's usually when I start seeing someone too, a lot of them have kids. You know, I'm 44 years old, so a lot of them have kids, and I get really attached to the kids, and I think the kids keep me in there for longer as it is. But like this last relationship, I was single for 5 years, and you know, kind of fell pretty hard, pretty quick because I knew this girl ahead of time. And it just hasn't been going well, and it's caused a lot of stress. A lot of my friends see it, you know, in me. My family sees it, but I always think it's going to get better. But anyways, you're a good man, Joe. Hard to meet people who care about others. That's what happens when you're a people pleaser. It sucks. I'm telling you this. They say nice guys never finish. They don't. They never finish first. I'm telling you, nice guys never do. The fact is, like, when you're a people pleaser, you're always trying to make someone happy, always. And the things, it affects you to a point where it's like you change your lifestyle, you change your thoughts, you change little things to make the other person happy, which you shouldn't do. They should like you for who you are and for what you do. Like me, I mean, who wouldn't want someone that is like determined to work? I want to work. So, and I like working. I like what I do. It's my dream job. I wanted to do this. I built my name up and everything else. I understand that a normal relationship, someone should be working 7 days a week. But guess what? That's what happens when you own a store. Jen at New Wave, same thing. You know, it's like you knew when you got into a relationship with me that I own a business and that I work this much. I never lied about it. And then I'm trying to find someone to work. I had a kid come in. He came in last week. One day he came in yesterday. He helped me do some water changes. You know, I'm trying to find people to work. She doesn't watch my YouTubes and stuff because someone can make a comment on there and she'll get super jealous on it. And then I pay for it for the long run on it. So she just doesn't watch them anymore because she gets upset. When I have no control over what people say in them, or if someone walks by and stuff, I have no control. Sorry, I don't mean to be ranting about this. So, yeah, I'll try too hard to help people. Too always bites me in the butt. Yeah, it does. It truly does, and it's it got to a point where I literally said, dude, you're raising my blood pressure. I'm gonna have a heart attack one of these days. I'm gonna. And she didn't believe me. And we went to the local grocery store. They had a little blood pressure machine there. Put my arm in there. I didn't move at all. And it said I was type 1 hypertensive. I had high blood pressure. And I'm like, look, it's literally showing you right now. It doesn't help during COVID. I gained some weight. I understand I gained some weight. You don't have to call me fat. I know I gained some weight. I'm not like super huge, but I know I gained weight to a point where it's like, I'm a foodie. If you want me to lose weight, don't buy candy and eat it in front of me because I'm just going to eat the shit. So, but yeah. Keep your head up. Thank you, Keith. Yes, I am. Joe sell tanks. I do have tanks. Hey, Hulk, how you doing? Just catching up with. I'm with you. No more broken souls for me. It's tough because you never know where they're going to happen and stuff. That's the biggest thing. You just never know where it's going to happen. And when I was single, was I happy? Yes, I was. But was I missing something? I was missing something. I miss companionship. I miss, like, when I was brought up, we didn't eat dinner together. My dad worked the PM shift. My stepmom had a daycare, so she made the dinner prior, and I got off school. I grabbed my food. We never ate together. So that's my biggest thing is, like, when I'm dating someone, I want to have, and they have kids, I want to have a family meal. That's the biggest thing is I want to sit down and I want to have a family meal. I'm a affectionate person. I'm a cuddler, so I like cuddling and stuff. I don't like going to bed angry. I don't like leaving someplace if I'm angry with someone. I like to hash it out. And even like my oldest daughter's mom before she died, she believed one thing for over a decade, and then finally she got a hold of me, and I said, "Look, I have no reason to lie to you. It's been over 10 years. I don't want to be with you. Okay, you left me with my daughter. I don't want to be with you, but I'm gonna be truthful with you." And I said this, and she's like, "Oh, that's not what I heard." I'm like, "Well, the person that told you was trying to get in your pants, and you got in your pants." So it's just like, and she's like, "I am so sorry." And I'm like, "The thing is our daughter paid for it." And that's the thing is when you have kids pay for it. That's the biggest thing because the kids get attached so quickly to an adult, especially if they're a good adult. And if you're constantly kicking them out of your life and stuff, that's where the kid pays for it. I don't want that. I want a happy family. And I think everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants a happy family. But when it comes down to it, a lot of people, they say they want the good guy and everything else. But when they get the good guy, it never works out. Jess, I didn't read your whole message. I saw it pop up. So I know this is too well. Just don't burn yourself out, man. Can't take care of anyone else without taking care of yourself first. Took me 33 years to realize that. Yep. I have good friends. I should have listened to them a while back, but it's just one of those things. It's like, God, I just want to say it, but I don't want to put out public. It's just. All right, here's what happened. I've already talked about it, you guys. I don't want to. So I was seeing someone for about 9 months now, and we were kind of off and on. I would do something like I work too much, we get in a fight, or I travel for work and we get in a fight. She wants to break up because she can't handle it, or random stuff like that. Went over and I did Disney on Ice on Saturday, and I'm the type of person that I don't like throwing stuff away. I like putting it in boxes, put it in the closet. I had an old collage of pictures that I did, and I had it in my closet. I did them like back in 2013. I literally found in my old not my new Facebook, my old Facebook page. I actually found it of when it was done. And she was at my house on Saturday, and she found it in my closet, and basically broke up with me, wrote on my mirror and stuff, and then came here, and then we went to Disney on Ice, and she just stewed on it all night long and stuff. And then finally, I went home and I saw this, and I'm like, dude, what's going on? And she said, it's that. And I'm like, dude, that was back in 2013. I didn't even know you. And I said, and I tried to explain, like, look, I put it in my closet. If it goes in my closet, I ain't seeing it ever again. I have 32-inch waist in there, and I wear 38s. And what ended up happening is, I thought it was like a normal time that she was upset with me, and time would go by, and freaking we'd talk things out again. What ended up happening is I'm a social media person, so I do Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok is my most recent one. And went over and I went on TikTok to check out my latest video of how many views I got on there, and a feed popped up. It was her feed. I didn't know she had TikTok. I never followed her or anything else like this. I didn't know she had TikTok. But she was with another guy on this TikTok, and one of the videos she was grinding on him. The second video she was making out with him, and yeah, I saw that at like 2:30 in the morning. So yeah, that's what happened. So, and then I confronted her about it, and she pushed blame on me. So I said, look, that picture is from fucking 10 years or 2013. I didn't even know you then. You can't be pissed off at that. And then now she kind of wants to have me come back over there tonight. She's like, I'm lonely and stuff. And I'm like, oh, you're lonely, but dude, you just did this. And she's like, well, we only kissed and everything else. And I'm like, how do I know that? I don't know that. I'm watching your video. And she's like, well, we just did a TikTok video and I kissed him. Whatever, So I'm not mad. I'm disappointed and I'm hurt. That's the biggest thing. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad at that other guy. I'm not mad at him because it's not his fault. It's not. And I don't know of him and stuff. I have mutual friends on Facebook with him. I don't know him, but from what I heard, he's like a hit it and quit it type person and stuff. But I'm not mad at him. He's just doing what's natural for him and stuff. She's the one that should have known better. Regardless, like I told her, I said, if it bothered you that much, you should just give me a call. Give me a call. Say, hey, look, I know I should have went through your closet, but I did go through your closet. And I found this sitting in the back of your closet right here. And I would be like, oh, shit. That was from like way back when. I don't mean shit to me. We can throw it away. Because everything that's in my closet, I don't even know what's in there. Like I said, I got 32-inch waist in there, and I don't order 32-inch waist and stuff. But I literally go over and I put stuff in boxes and I put the boxes away. Like I literally have, for my first tank, I still have the box that it came in. And because my thought is like, I could always use this box later on. So then I put it together. Air pump boxes, everything. Dude, you come to my store, I got like Pokemon boxes that are empty and stuff. I don't know. It's like a pack rat syndrome here, but it's not that bad. But yeah, now you guys know about it, and yeah. I know it's one of those, I don't know. So I agree with Timbo. I take care of my fam. I let myself go, and I paid a hefty price for it. Make sure you give yourself time for yourself, Joe. My time is here. That's the biggest thing. Like when I go to a show, that's not me like having fun and stuff. That's me promoting my brand. That's me going out there and trying to help people out there. Like Eric and I talked about, I booked the rooms for Orlando, 4 nights. It's like $1,100. We don't utilize one thing there. Not one thing. We don't go to the water park. We don't go to anything. We go to the room to sleep and shower. We go down to the convention center, and then we probably go eat to the local bar there. And we have deviled eggs. That's all we do. We never utilize any of the amenities and stuff. And everybody says, why don't you go to a different hotel? Because it's the convenience. It's the convenience of being right there, waking up and just going down there. I mean, shoot, we should just get cots and just stay in our booth. Let's see here. Oh my God, big red flag. She doesn't support you in your bit. She did at first. She knew what I did. She thought it was super cool. But she also says I'm rich, and I ain't rich. I'll tell you that right now. I'm rich with love with everybody. Keep on reading this here. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Joe and Lori. Hey, Master Aquatics. Just call me Eduardo. Better to live a generous, kind person than a selfish person. No rewards in the next life. I know, but here's the thing: is like, I know everybody. She'll be like, "Oh, you're so money hungry." I'm not money hungry. I'm trying to. I want to buy a house this year. Okay, I live in a condo. I rent a condo. I want to buy a house this year. So I need money to buy a house. So I need to go over and be successful at this. I mean, this was a passion where a lot of people want to go do this. And usually if you open up a fish store, it's not successful. Within the first 2 years, you end up closing down. I opened it up during the pandemic. I didn't know it was going to be the pandemic. And then we had the George Floyd riots and stuff. I'm right here for it. So I had a lot of factors weighing against me, but I'm still here. Now shipping prices and cost of goods have all gone up, and it's hurt me a lot. I tell people all the time, it's not the store being greedy. Some stores will be greedy, don't get me wrong, but it's not like me. I'm not trying to be greedy. I have cost of getting the product and actually shipping it here. Shipping is what's killing me. So if I have this pop right here, let's say this pop goes for 50 cents, but it takes $10 to get here. Am I selling this for 50 cents? No, I'm going to sell it for $12 so I can make a little bit of money on it. Would you call me greedy on it? Yeah, you would. But the thing is, guess what? It cost me that much to get here. You know, containers are $26,000 for a container. Everything that's in the container has to eat up that price. So I don't think I'm greedy on that fact. And, you know, I won't really say resentment on that one, but it hurts because I'm trying to do whatever I can to provide for her and her daughter as well. You know, I mean, I like going, you know, I give my dad checks. I like to give my dad a check just out of the blue, like, hey, you need some money, give this. I love, he supported me, my life, you know, being brought up and everything else. He provided for me. And so did my stepmom. So if I can provide for them, I'd love to provide for them. Poetic, all relationships are work, family, friends, so on. So much effort. I say we just have to pick the level of crazy we can handle and stick to it. I agree. But the problem we have is when you start seeing someone and 3 months into it, they admit that, hey, I lied to you the first 3 months that you knew me. I had a front on the whole time so you could fall for me. That's not who I am. And I found out from her family, it's 100% true on that one. So that it comes down to, that's like super unique situation. So, hey, Bigfoot fish tanks. So watch. This is the one that she's going to end up watching and freaking just read me out. Thank you, Hulk, for sharing. I'm just catching up on this. Joe Shrimp Shack, your positive attitude is why I enjoy watching you. Thank you. I'm going to do more. I mean, I was talking to Jess about possibly doing an evening stream too to get more evening people. I mean, I love talking to you guys. Sometimes I just don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I say have questions. I like how you guys are keeping this, you know, going and stuff. So I'm just trying to get caught up here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Check out the Aquatic Morning Show with Jess and Rocco. Yes, Jess and Rocco do the Aquatic Morning Show. I sponsor them Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time. So, yeah, it took me at least 10 years to figure that out. And please, guys, I did not want this live to be a bashing thing. You know, please don't get me wrong. She has some good points about her. You know, she's a lovely person. I care greatly about her. There's just certain things that I don't know what it is that happens and it just snaps and it's like it's a light switch. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at him. I'm just disappointed and I'm hurt because it's one thing when you tell someone, but I had to find out through fucking social media. I had to see a feed of it. Just a random like, oh yeah, this is. And of course, when I confront her, she just goes over and says, "I suppose my TikTok's getting famous." No, I've watched it 8 million freaking times. That's why the video got a lot of views and stuff like this. I watched it that many times. I couldn't believe it. I was dumbfounded by this. Like, oh my god, you literally took something that happened back in 2013. I didn't even know you, and it wasn't even a bad thing, guys. I didn't cheat on anybody. I didn't lie to anybody. I didn't steal. I didn't do any of that. I made a photo collage, and that was it. And was it female? Was it female? Yeah, it was female. But I didn't even know this person. It was a photo collage of a professional photographers. I was talking to him on Facebook and stuff. I didn't want to buy his photos and stuff. I said it was too expensive. I said, hey, can I print these off? He said, yes, you can. I made a giant collage. I was going to sell it on eBay. And then I was like, oh, damn, dude, it's a big giant poster. Can't really do that. But that doesn't mean that you run into another guy's arms and then do social media about it. That's just me. That's just like non-caring. And I try to explain that to her that, hey, that was like, it hurt me a lot. So hit the like button, guys. There's 36 in the chat, only 6 likes. Yeah, hit the like button. It's, I'm sorry that it got to this one, and I don't know if I'll keep this video up. I don't know. But I wanted my page to be a type that you guys are seeing what happens in my life. Just not, okay, here's my fish tanks, here's my shrimp tanks, here's this, and that's all you see. I want you guys to see, like, what happens in my life. The real thing, what happens when you own a fish store, what happens when you have, trials in your life and stuff. It's like, I went to Disney on Ice. I shared it. I thought you guys, I'm a real person. It's one of those things, and but I won't share something with my daughter on here unless she wants to come on live and stuff. I just won't, because I need to have her privacy on that. Joe, do you ever pull a buried female to release their babies in another container? If so, do you use a hang-on breeder boxes? I do not, but people do that. There is. I love how all this happens where I have everything. All right. I don't have these up on the site yet, but I can get them on the site there. All right, this is the small breeder box right here. This is what he's talking about right here. I have the small, and this is the medium, and I have the large. So what this does, this hangs on the side of your tank. Bloop. All right, there's a little piece that goes down into the tank like this. And what happens is you hook up a air pump to it, and what it does, it draws the water into the tank here, which you can adjust it, and then overflows out. And you can put a little sponge at the end right here. Let's see if I can actually show it. You can put a little sponge here on the end, right there, so the babies don't come out. Now, what I do on these is I put actually soil in these, and then I actually have different colonies in these if I wanted to. And you can have a good 100 shrimp in there and stuff. So I just put some soil in there, put like a little piece of cholla wood in there, maybe a little moss, let them go to town in there. But yes, you can take your female, you put your female in here, let her release. I just kind of let them go in the tank. So I'm glad you guys asked these questions. I actually have the products here. I'm sorry that happened. You don't deserve that. Jealousy is really bad. A good woman will find you and well, guess what? I'm 44 years old. Okay. I ain't getting any younger, and I don't like, she's always like, hey, you know what? You got women. Man, I ain't got no women hitting on me. I'm a Chris Elliott. I look just like Chris Elliott. People have said it many times. I don't get hit on. So if I do get hit on, I don't notice it and stuff like this. So, everybody says, be paid. Guess what? It doesn't happen to everybody. Not everybody has people going after them. So, that's just the truth. Well, old stuff is in the past. New stuff is now. That's what I say. I say the same thing. Everybody has a past. Everybody does. Okay, I don't care who you are. There's something in your closet that you're not proud of or anything. Everybody has a past. But when you get yourself in a new relationship, you have to take everything that was in the past and you have to set it aside. Because you dated someone, they dated someone. Everybody has a past. Now, if flags start happening, then you can start talking to yourself about it, but you can't hold something that happened in the past against the person that they are today. Because guess what? What happened in the past made them who they are today. Guess what? You were attracted to that person to actually want to talk to them and actually date them and everything else. So obviously what happened in the past made them to who they are right now. If you can't take something super trivial and blow it out of proportion, because it's super unfair. It is, especially when it's nothing even bad. What you allow will continue. Yeah, that's true. That's my dad. So my dad's on here. So, well, he's used my stepmom's account. So she's behaving like a junior, and that's what I look at too. Is I'm all about people bettering themselves. I want my daughter to go to college. She went to college. She dropped out at an early age in school, and I want her to go back and get her GED at least. So it's whether or not is the mentality still there from where you dropped out, and if so, it's she is younger than me. I got myself into this. Life is too short. So like she was the problem, not you. I mean, I'm not a perfect person. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not a perfect person, okay? I'm a happy-go-lucky person. I am 100%. I'm a happy-go-lucky person. But when I get upset, I do get upset. It takes a lot to get me upset. And I always tell people, hey, just stop, just stop, just stop. But when I get upset, dude, I can hold a grudge for years. Years. There's someone in the aquatic one that got jealous that I won the International Shrimp Contest. I haven't talked to that person since 2017. 2017. I hold grudges. And that's not healthy, but that's what I do. I get angry. I hold grudges and stuff. Shit gets stuck in this little Rolodex here, and it just kind of goes. Yeah. She has too little self-confidence. Confidence. My wife does not care about any of the things I still have from my past. It's in the past. My road is to her. Both lost. Yeah. I'm too grown for that BS these days. I know what I deserve, and I won't settle for less. I'm single, and it's lonely at times, but I mean, yeah, it's. I get lonely. I mean, I like going out to eat. I hung out with Logan and his wife yesterday and freaking had pizza. And the night before, I went out with Jeremy at the card shop and stuff. Otherwise, for 5 years, I worked. I went home. So I worked at New Wave Korea, and I bred horses. So I bred horses, and I went to New Wave Korea. But all I did is I worked. Went home, took a shower, made something to eat, watched TV. Repeat 7 days a week. And that's what I did for 5 years. To a point where I realized I'm 44 years old. I'm not getting any younger. I want to get married. I've always wanted to get married. I want to have a house. I want to have a family. I want to, have look at what I always saw on TV. And that's what I want. So that's what I'm trying to do. My wife's ex-husband and I get along great. He is largely why I have her. And that's the thing is like, it's hard for me, like, when I break up with someone to continue a relationship with them. I do have a couple that I still talk to here and there. I'll take it back. That we get along to a point where I know if something happened to me, I could call them up and I could rely on them to help me, and vice versa. I don't still talk to them. It's just one of those things. If you want a house this year, you got to be money hungry. Exactly. I mean, it's first time homeowners. My store's been open for 2 years, so I would qualify for that. But you still got to come down with the down payment and stuff. Right now, I had the down payment a while back until shipping prices went up, and that ate up all my money in my account. I'm on the same path you wanting a house. I'm planning on moving across Canada to Alberta because it's cheaper in the summer. I need a fresh start and a focus on buying a house. Fresh starts are nice. So I've done fresh starts before, and it's tough for people. I basically started new email, new phone number, new Facebook, new everything, started new life. And that's what I wanted because I had a lot of friends that were bad influences, and I'm a very impressionable person. I feel like a little kid, impressionable person, because I'm always trying to fix people. And yeah, so fresh starts isn't that bad at all. My better half supports anything I want to do, which is awesome, J Rock. This is key. If you don't bring your piece, you're better off. Without them, loneliness sucks, but it's better. It is. I haven't got no sleep. I'm freaking like, I don't even know if I'll be at the store today. Yeah. Hey, IHSP's Tank Tribe. I think you're kind and generous. You list all your prices that are fair and that you're very helpful. Not all store owners. Thank you very much, Tim. I greatly appreciate that. I'm not trying to like scalp people out there, amen, Timbo. I've been all the types of dysfunctional and I'm so done. Yes, I 100%. I know Rob Lupton, he's messaging me right now too. I can get back to him later on. Yellowstone had a shrimp question a while back. Oh, sorry, Yellowstone. Please ask the question again, Yellowstone, and I will highlight it and I will do it. I don't want to keep on scrolling backwards and get lost. So please, Yellowstone, if you can, just ask a question. I re-answer. Domestic problems suck, bro. Tell me about your favorite shrimp today, right now. I know it changes. Yeah. So, your lights are coming on. My favorite shrimp has always been the boas. I love boas. Blue boas, black boas, white boas, yellow boas. I love the boas. I love the patterns and stuff. It's just kind of what it's a galaxy fishbone, but it looks like a boa snake. It's got great lines on there. I love them. I've always loved them. I will always carry them. Second would be the fancy tigers. Red fancy tigers, love them. I like the patterns on them. For neocardinas, I've always loved the pumpkins. I've had pumpkins now for 6 years breeding them. Pumpkins are great. I love them. Today is not a good day, but I'm trying to make it better. Today is not a good day, but tomorrow I hope is going to be better. I think that's how the motto goes. So I'm going to do whatever I can today, although it's not a good day, to make tomorrow even a better day. Half my fish problem is my fault. Yeah, I'm in your corner. Thank you. Or it's hours of sleep. Fleet company. So I'm just trying to see if there's another question up here. Hi, Aquatic. Hi, you have been submitting IHP. I'm trying. There was a question I'm trying to find. Like, I'm trying to keep on scrolling and see if they wrote this one. Joe, every person has their own path to take in relationship. We must work on our own personal growth. What is meant to be will be. Focus on you and allow tomorrow to just happen. Arrive. My 2 cents. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that, Master Aquatics. I'm an emotional person, so things happen and I take it a lot. Age is numbers, man. Do what you do what you love, and bring peace into. Yep. Will fall in suit. Services denying. Fleet services denying my tire replacement. Not a happy camper, but I know a guy. Yep. So hi Joe, I'm 40 and hopefully that'll find someone. I'd date you, but I'm in Canada. LOL. Don't sell yourself short. We can't find someone good with someone standing in the way, right? Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's I don't know. It's I've been in some poopy relationships. Guess what? I think everybody's been in poopy relationships. I just want to be happy. Oh no, ISP, do you know what the guy? Okay, I'm just trying. So if you had that question, please write the question. Dude, you are Virgo too. That sounds too. I'm not a Virgo. I'm a Sagittarius. Just to let you know. November 29th, Sagittarius. We answered that one. It was about the breeder box. Oh yeah, breeder box. Yeah, it was 100% the breeder box. I wrote it out. Mississippi hippie. Good morning, Joe. I have some Joe pumpkins. They had babies. Babies. I love babies. With our unpredictable winters, 5mm ain't good going into the start of the winter. They'd be around 3mm required right now. The time everyone waiting until the last minute change. Yep. Pet Squad. I'm just trying to get caught up. Joe's Shrimp Shack. Thank you, Monster Fish Scale. Good morning. So there's my link on that one. I do want to thank you guys for this live. I know I didn't want to get into it a lot, and I did get into it. This is one of those things where I know you guys are being supportive and you guys are here. And I know I started talking a little bit about it. So instead of like keeping you guys, in the midst of whatever, but I forgot Jess has a live, so I need to get off and allow Jess to have her live. So I want to thank you guys a lot. Stay tuned. Next Wednesday I will be back on here. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yes, it does happen. They might color up, but everybody tune in to Jess's page, please.